going on, guys? J-Hubes here, the moderately mediocre gamer, and welcome to another edition of From Noobs to Hubes. Now, today's episode is all about barrel attachments and which one will best suit you as a player. On the top left screen, you'll see gameplay with a muzzle brake. On the top right, you'll see gameplay with a silencer. And lastly, in the middle, you will see gameplay with a flash suppressor. All gameplay was on strike zone using the same gun, which is the MTAR-X, and the same perk, so I could keep everything as consistent as possible. I'm also playing the same game mode in each game, which was cranked. So before we get started, I do want to apologize for taking longer than usual to post a video. I've been really busy with football and Christmas break, so I do apologize for that. Been really busy lately. But without further ado, let's get started. So, starting with the muzzle brake. The muzzle brake is my preferred attachment in both pubs and in competitive because the description of it just tells it all. It increases a weapon's damage and its effective range. And that right there, that's exactly why. It allows me to kill people a lot faster, and it allows me to kill people easier at longer distances versus if I were using a flash suppressor or a silencer at a longer distance. So that right there, pretty simple. That's exactly why. So I prefer, and I would recommend that for pubs and for competitive. Moving on to the flash suppressor, I really don't understand. I mean, I understand it. Basically, the only scenario I can think of for a flash suppressor, there are so many S's in that. That is a hard two words to say back to back. But the only scenario I can think of for the flash suppressor is when you want to maintain your weapons, I guess your weapons damage, but you want it to be more accurate. That's the only thing I could think of. I don't see any use for it in pubs, but I guess in competitive, since silencers don't really make a difference because you're going to get called out anyway. So I guess flash suppressor, if you want to reduce muzzle flash to get kind of stealthy and kind of not. I don't know, that's the only thing I could think of for flash suppressor. It doesn't increase your damage at all. It doesn't take away any effective range. It makes the gun a little bit more accurate because there's no muzzle flash. So I hate the flash suppressor. This is actually the first time I've ever used one in a video. In gameplay, which was because of this video. That was the only reason why I used it. And then lastly, the silencer. And the silencer is special. We're gonna talk about the silencer for the longest amount of time because I think that it offers the most, but it's a little underpowered, and I hope that there's a patch for it. So the silencer, everyone knows what a silencer is. You were gonna trade out your weapon's effective range and a little bit of damage for some added, for complete stealth, which means on the radar, enemies are not going to see you, and that's that. Okay, your benefit, or that you will not be seen on radar, and what you're gaining from it, that is what you're gaining. What you're losing is your weapon's effective range and your weapon's effective damage. So I think I like the silencer. I normally use the silencer a lot. I use it mainly on my ARs because ARs with the silencer work really well. But on my SMGs, I do not prefer silencers. I think that it's a little too underpowered on an SMG. And if you look at gameplay between the muzzle brake and the silencer, if you were looking between those two throughout the video, you'll see that the silencer was really, really underpowered compared to the muzzle brake. Now, I know it's kind of a trade-off. For the silencer, you're taking away damage, and for the muzzle brake, you're adding on damage. But the silencer itself, it really, really hurts the gun, and it's just, I don't know, I don't prefer the silencer. So that's really all I have to say about barrel attachments, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. J-Hubes out.